Welcome back to another episode of Wes and Drew's Movie Reviews. There actually is no Drew, he was just a figment of your imagination, and today I'm going to review Shazam. All alone, because Drew doesn't exist. Shazam follows streetwise 14-year-old Billy Batson, who spends his days outsmarting cops and searching for his lost mother. After he's arrested, he's forced to live with a foster family in Philadelphia who he struggles to connect with. One night, Billy is magically transported to the Rock of Eternity, where he is given the magical powers of the ancient wizard Shazam that turn him into an adult superhero. He then enlists the help of his superhero expert foster brother Freddy to figure out the full extent of his superpowers. Hilarity ensues. It's all fun and games to 14-year-old Billy until Dr. Thaddeus Sivana tracks him down and threatens his newfound family in an effort to take his superpowers from him. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this, but I kind of gave up on the DC Universe a couple movies ago. I just haven't enjoyed any of the movies so far other than Wonder Woman. So the only reason that I actually watched this movie was because I'm a fan of David Sandberg's. I've been following David F. Sandberg for quite some time because he got his start on YouTube making short horror films on his YouTube channel. And so I was really interested to see what he would do with a superhero movie. And I gotta say, I am not disappointed. David knows not just how to direct horror movies, but a big budget superhero movie as well. The biggest thing that stood out to me in this movie was the chemistry between the two leads, which is Shazam, the adult Billy, and Freddy, his foster brother. Do they call them foster brothers? I don't really know. Zachary, Levi, and Jack Dylan Glazer are super charming in their respective roles, and together deliver the best scenes of the movie while navigating Shazam's superpowers. You've probably heard a lot of comparisons to the movie Big, and this movie really is like a superhero movie meets Big. You have this kid who's kind of thrust into adulthood with all of these superpowers, and he still has this childlike mindset to him, and he doesn't know how to handle everything that he's now suddenly capable of. And then you have his foster brother, or kind of like his best friend, who's kind of pushing him, urging him towards these childish moments, and it creates for some really good comedy. One of the things that struck me was how this movie doesn't really take itself too seriously, which is a really nice change of pace considering how dark some of the earlier DC Universe movies have been. This movie has a lot of comedy, and all of it just works. It's very funny. It's almost like it's satirizing the superhero genre while still being a superhero movie, and also it has a very emotional family element to the film as well. I love Mark Strong as an actor, and I thought he did a tremendous job as the villain in this movie. However, I think some of his backstory was a bit underwhelming. I wish there was something a bit more compelling about his character to kind of, make the leap from this kid who becomes, a villain. I just didn't fully buy into the reasons why he became a supervillain. The visual effects are really good aside from a couple shots. It's just like a couple of the flying shots just didn't really look that great to me and kind of took me out of it for a quick second. But everything else looks really, really good. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun. I thought the comedy was on point. All of the action scenes were effective. The family story element was very effective and emotionally touching. The movie was very well directed. The cinematography and visual effects were gorgeous. And the performances were very good. I'm gonna give Shazam a B+. Like I said before, I tapped out of the DC Universe. I had stopped watching the movies. They had all just been so disappointing to me. But what David Sandberg did with this character and this story is remarkable. I feel that DC is finally course correcting and steering the ship in the right direction. And maybe I will finally watch Aquaman because a lot of people have said it's really good, and I liked Shazam, and I'll probably watch Aquaman now. Yes. That's going to do it for this week's episode of Wes and Drew's Movie Reviews. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below, then check back later this week for the review of Pet Sematary.